What's that?
In a text.
Excuse me?
Get out!
How can you not love the Expendables? The concept is just pure genius. Just get every action star from the 80s and 90s that you can find, put them all together, and this is pretty much your outcome. Sylvester Stallone leads the team in this muscle-bursting throwback to the action films of old. It's a tough job finding anything quite like this anymore. When I was growing up, these over-the-top action flicks were being churned out left, right and centre. But in the present day, the reality is they just don't make them like they used to. And that is one of the main reasons why I love this franchise so much. It never fails to bring a smile to my face. Who doesn't want to see all their action heroes of old together in the same film at once? I sure as hell do. Sure, there's a couple of names missing, most notably in my view Kurt Russell, but there is still time. Number 4 is said to be back in the works, so perhaps I'll get my wish with an appearance. So, let's begin. The Expendables core team consists of their leader, Barney Ross, played by the one and only Sly. His number 2, Lee Christmas, played by Jason Statham and his perfectly shaped head. And then we have Jet Li as Yang, Dolph Lundgren as Gunner, Randy Couture as Toll Road, and my standout favourite, Terry Crews as Hail Caesar. That is a lot of firepower, and it doesn't end there. We are treated to a short but ever so brief scene with the Big Three. However, that is all we get for this one, as it's only a cameo for both Arnie and Bruce Willis. But at least we got to see them all in the same scene together. Perhaps the Expendables 2 can appease us a little more on this front? We shall see. We kick off as Barney's team showcases their skills on a group of Somalian pirates. Straight away you know these lot do not mess around. Barney is so quick on the trigger and his skills with a pistol are unmatched. Christmas though, he is all about blades, and their back and forth regarding their choice of weaponry or age coming into play, poor Sly, is hilarious to see play out. Now, who were our team up against? CIA contact Church aimed him in the direction to the island of Vilena. A general there had overthrown the local government and had the area under his control. He was the one who held the army, but the brain behind the operation on the island was ex-CIA man Monroe, along with his henchman Payne. Eric Roberts proved a fine choice for the Expendables' first outing. He's a charismatic bad dude with laurels, but the same cannot be said for Payne. Steve Austin's hulking henchman would be a frightening sight to run into, and his size alone puts him at an even footing with near enough all the rest of the Expendables. Barney and Christmas ran into this pair when they went to scope out the island. The team needed the money from this mission but wanted to weigh up the risk versus reward. And after deducing the man who Church was really after, passing on this one was starting to look like the smart idea. It was only when their contract Sandra refused to leave Vilena in the face of tyranny as it left an imprint on Barney's conscience. He was all for going gun-ho into the firing line, which would have surely led to his death. But what are friends for, as not a single member of the team would let him go out there alone. Then the fun begins. With more sticky bombs than you can count and a shotgun which would rival a rocket launcher in close quarters, the Expendables took on Monroe, General Garza, his men, and anything else that was stupid enough to try and stop them. The last quarter of the film is all-out war, and each member of the team involved gets their time to shine. Kills are plentiful and bullets are rampant. General Garza's compound was basically flattened and laid to waste, and after Payne went up in flames, all that was left was to take out the ex-CIA man. A job that didn't need to be a two-person one, but hey, it certainly put an emphasis on the matter.
So why the hell did you come after me?
I didn't come after you, dipshit. I came for her.
My overall verdict for the first installment of The Expendables is a high 6 out of 10. The film and franchise as a whole, to me, is a success. It brings me exactly what I was expecting, which was big names, plenty of explosions, and non-stop entertainment. I can't thank Sly enough for helping to get this franchise going. As long as they keep it fun to watch, I say, let them keep going. Chemistry is something as well which this film definitely has going for it. You can tell a lot of these big characters involved get on with each other outside of work, and it makes the dialogue and humour even more amusing and funny to see. Christmas and Barney have their own little game going on, but outshining them and everyone else in terms of being hilarious and muscle size is Caesar. Terry Crews is just such a legend. You can tell he enjoys what he does, but jeez Louise, the guy is huge. The rest of these guys are certainly not small, but put any of them next to Crews and they begin to look that way. Now, even if he is my favourite, all the cast puts in an excellent job. Seeing Stallone versus Gunner was a nice little Rocky Drago throwback, and I am very glad Gunner is sticking around and back on the winning team. I think they could have done a bit more with Gunner before his decision to defect, but what can you do? I suppose if you were to level any criticism at it, you would say the story is simple and coming out of it you got exactly what you were expecting. But I would say that's probably what the film is going for. More so than not, newer films tend to put too much emphasis on staying grounded or having a more down-to-earth feel. Not here. It's all out action, and that is exactly what it's supposed to be. And it's a bloody good thing they went the correct route with the rating by making it rated R. It would have suffered otherwise, because the over-the-top nature, blood and violence is what this franchise is at heart. The soundtrack is also a killer one, hella addictive, especially when the action is in full throttle. Mickey Rourke also played a small role as Tool. His speech about past mistakes is what moved Barney into making that choice into going back to the island. Now, in terms of additions to the cast, I've already mentioned Kurt Russell, but I think it would be a wonderful idea to have Sean Bean make like a 30-second cameo, only to get killed off a moment later. That sort of idea, I think, fits the franchise to the teeth, don't you think? The Expendables is never looking to win an Oscar or an Academy Award. I mean, who kidding? To do that, you gotta make a biopic or a realistic film of sorts, so any film that isn't that doesn't have a chance anyway. But The Expendables knows exactly what it is, and it is better for that. It's not something that will ever set the skies on fire, but its throwback to the action films of old is appreciated and wonderfully nostalgic. Exactly what I was hoping for. An action collaboration for the ages, and the first instalment of 3 that are currently released. Again, as I believe 4 is back on track, at least I hope that news is correct. So next up will be my review for Expendables 2, and I hope to see you there. What do you all think of The Expendables? Who is your favourite member of the team? And if you had to choose one actor to join the franchise, who would be your pick? You already know mine, and that is Kurt Russell. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And as always, thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed the review. And I'll see you on the next one.
What's his fucking problem?
He wants to be president.